Okay, today we are going to solve quadratic equations by graphing. So a quadratic equation is always going to have your x squared. The graph of a quadratic is going to be a u. So it's going to be, this is called a parabola. And it can either open up or open down, and we'll talk more about that later. So the main parts that we'll focus on are going to be the vertex, the axis of symmetry, and today our main focus is going to be on the x-intercepts. Okay, so graphically your solutions of a quadratic equation are the x-intercepts of your graph. So there are other names for solutions. They can be called the x-intercepts, the roots, or the zeros. All of those mean the exact same thing. So to solve the quadratic equation by graphing, you want ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then you're going to graph it in Desmos. And then you're going to identify the x values where your graph crosses the x-axis. So for example, this one's already in ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to go ahead and graph that one. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to have x squared plus 3x minus 10. Our solutions are where the graph crosses the x-axis, so I'm going to click on those, and I only want the x value. So the way that you would write this, we have two of them. So you can write it as the point, the ordered pair, so negative 5, 0, and 2, 0. Or sometimes you'll see it as a set. So when we do that, we use the squiggly bracket, and I just need the x value, so negative 5, 2. And make sure you use the squiggles because it's not an ordered pair, so you don't want to use the parentheses. Okay, on this next one, we have x squared minus 4x equals 5. It's not equal to 0, so I need to move the 5. So I'm going to add 5, subtract 5. So my new one would be x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. So that is what I'm going to put into Desmos. So we have x squared minus 4x minus 5. Okay, so we have negative 1, 0, and 5, 0. So again, you can write it as an ordered pair or as a set. Okay, let's look at the next one. 3x squared minus 7 equals 20x. So we need to move the 20x. It can't combine with any of those, so I have 3x squared minus 20x minus 7 equals 0. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in Desmos. Okay, so we have negative 0.333 and then 7, 0. So I'm just going to write this one as a set. So I would just use the x values. Okay, number 4, we need to add x squared. So I'm going to have ax squared plus 14x plus 3 equal to 0. I'm going to put that in Desmos. 8x squared plus 14x plus 3. So I have negative 1.5 and negative 0.25. Now, if your answer choices were in fractions, all you would need to do is put negative 1.5, and you could make it a fraction, and then same thing, negative 0.25, make that a fraction. So another option would be negative 3/2 and negative 1/4. Okay, so for example 5, we're going to add 49. So we're going to have 5x squared plus 42x plus 49. I'm going to put that in Desmos. So 5x squared plus 42x plus 49. So we have negative 7 and negative 1.4. Again, if we want that to be fraction, we can put negative 1.4 and make it a fraction. So we'd have negative 7/5. Negative 7 is a whole number, so it'll stay. Okay, the last one, we're going to subtract 144. So we're going to have x squared minus 144 equals 0. I'm going to go ahead and reset that. So we have x squared minus 144. I can't see anything, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. My two solutions are negative 12 and 12. And those would be my answers.